Welcome to Movie World Plus, the place where we talk movies. I'm Andy Signor, and I'm here to review Swish Air. I'm not very good at basketball, but I do know me the Air Jordan, the shoe that changed the game for Nike. This is the film about that shoe. Now, if you had told me ages ago, hey, Andy, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, they're going to reunite from Good Will Hunting, and their next best movie is going to be a movie about them making a sneaker, I would have told you no thanks, no way. But they went and did it. This is a very fun movie. Highly recommend this one. It's just a really good theater experience, surprisingly. A movie about a bunch of ad executives at Nike trying to make a sneaker. A movie that doesn't even really show you Michael Jordan until, near the end. Ben Affleck does a wonderful job. His directing is in just full mode. You can just tell he knows what he's doing. He keeps it simple. He keeps it fun. He keeps it in the 80s. It's just a really well done film. I got to say bravo to Ben and Matt for reuniting for this very inspiring and fun movie. Before I even get more to the full review, it was a really fun experience because I took my son Sawyer, and I'm going to give you his review at the end of this. We were on his way to school, and he's like, I want to do the review, and we didn't have time to do it in studio, so I clipped a little bit with him when we were parked in the car to get his thoughts. I had a really good time seeing this with my son. Now, he's a huge sneaker guy, way more than me. Like, he loves his shoes more. He's got a pair of Air Jordans. And he just knows the brand. I guess it's popular with kids, but he knows his shoes now, and he's into it. He's been a fan of Air Jordan. So when I told him there was an opportunity to see the movie, I thought, man, is he going to want to watch this? He doesn't really watch, dramas or a lot of adult talky movies. He really wanted to go, and it was a really fun experience to see those with him. And it honestly, really inspiring movie to take your kids to. But be warned, it's rated R for language. There's one scene in particular with an agent where you're going to get effed in the blood. It was pretty, but anyway, it was good. He's got to learn one place or another. There's a few moments of some serious language, but it was a funny scene at least. Overall though, other than that, it was safe for kids. And I would say it's a good movie for kids because it really shows you the pros and cons to believing in yourself, right? Because the pro, obviously, you won, you made all this money, it's successful. Everyone knows the Air Jordan was a hit for Nike, but it was a really tough road to get there. And Matt Damon plays Sonny Vaccaro, sort of this basketball genius guy who is trying to help take Nike from the number 3 sneaker company to the top. They don't have a presence in basketball. They don't have players that want to team with them. Adidas and Converse at the time were the big game, the big players. They had Larry Bird and all the big players. And so that's sort of what's going on in the film. And Nike's this third fledgling brand that no one really is taking seriously. And their budget's not high enough to get the big players. But it's Sonny here who goes and fights to Ben Affleck playing Phil Knight, the founder, creator of Nike, and challenges him. It's like, look, we used to be scrappy. We would take chances. All these rules that Nike has, we're not following them. And he just tries to rally up the team to go make this huge effort. And that's the film's real job, is to follow Sonny's effort, along with Jason Bateman is in the film as he plays Rob Strasser. It's a fun little role for him. And he's just pushing this through. But the cons of it all just show you also how risky it was. Literally, Nike would have just been shut down had this not worked. And Sonny put everyone's job at risk. And there are some more serious moments that sort of show you that side of the coin as well, which I think is what makes the film really work. You know the ending, but he still manages to put some stakes in there and to really make it a serious, undertaking that Sonny is pursuing. And is he doing it for his own sort of gambling desire to prove himself, or is this really his belief? And it becomes sort of what the film's about. The film proceeds. You meet Chris Tucker's in there as well, also working. He plays his character's name, Howard White. This was apparently, I guess this was a character Ben didn't have in the script. And when he got approval for Michael Jordan, which he did go get, he didn't really need it. It's not an official Michael Jordan biopic. Ben Affleck has done interviews talking about this, but he did want to sort of attempt to get blessing of is this cool? You got any ideas or pointers that you can throw our way? And he, 2 things. He said Howard was a big deal. I think it was Howard, Chris Tucker's role. And they ended up giving Chris Tucker a bigger part because of Michael Jordan saying he was an instrumental part in the Nike experience. But the other thing he said was that who could play your mom? He's like, only Viola Davis. She's the only one. And sure enough, she crushes it in this role. What an iconic role is Dolores Jordan, Michael's mother, the clear boss of the family, the clear brains behind it all. No offense to Michael. When Michael was just a kid, Dolores was there playing the long game and thinking through what her son's worth was. And that's part of this game, part of this whole back and forth with Nike. And Sonny and Dolores' relationship is a good one. It's interesting how this goes. Sonny's not supposed to meet with her. He has to go through the agents. But he's like, I believe in this so much, I'm going to risk my own job and I'm going to go cross that line. And, pros and cons to that as well. But that's ultimately what this really film is about. Following your dreams at all costs, pushing through that belief in yourself. When you are so sure on something, you follow through. Now, granted, this is one that paid off. Other ones don't. But because this one pays off, it's, a fun, inspirational story. And it is just a good, fun, overall movie. Like, seeing the creation of a shoe you wouldn't think would be that exciting. But the Air Jordan, all these years later, decades later, still is a monumental phenomenon. And I don't want to spoil it, but I learned things about the process, about the deal, about what happened that I found intriguing. There are some twists and turns. If you don't know the story, there are some ups and downs and interesting things you're going to find throughout the film that I really enjoyed. The state of the shoe at the time, what ends up happening at the end, I didn't even realize. There's just some fun little real life, did you knows that I found really intriguing and fun along with the process. But watching them go make this shoe, and then they get the, I guess this is Peter Moore. Matthew Marr plays the character Peter Moore, who is the shoe designer, who actually created the Air Jordan. Really fun character. This experience of them in there over a weekend trying to make this happen. Will they get the meeting? Can they get Jordan to stop not wanting Nike and to actually give Nike a shot? And if they do, can they beat the big guys? You do know how it ends, but I assure you don't know how they got there. And the journey itself is what makes this journey, this film itself, that much better. So, I really enjoyed Air. It's a really fun movie. But kudos to Ben Affleck. This is easily going to be on my top of the year. I had a blast in the theater, and I had a blast watching with you, Sawyer. In fact, as promised, here's Sawyer's review I had him for a quick minute in the car. Hey, Sawyer! Hi. Last night we saw Air together. You are a huge Air Jordan fan. You got your Air Jordans. It was exciting to bring you the movie. It was like a grown-up movie. What'd you think?
I liked it.
Yeah, as an Air Jordan fan, did you like seeing the story behind the shoe? It's a lot of grown-ups talking. There is some language. Parents, how old are you? Tell the audience. You're going to be 11.
I'm turning 11 in like a month.
And he doesn't have his Air Jordan stay because I guess it's gym or whatever. And he doesn't want to wear them for PE. But he typically would. And you're a big shoe guy. So as a shoe person, more than me, you like sneakers more than me. What did you like about the movie?
I never knew Converse was a basketball shoe.
It's true. They give you a really good 80s lesson on going back. But yeah, Converse today you don't think of as cool as Nike. But that wasn't the case in the 80s.
I don't even know how you run in them.
Well, back then I think they made like a different one. All right, anyway, I didn't want to be doing this while driving. Any other final thoughts for the audience?
You should watch it when it comes out.
It's very inspiring. Did it inspire you? These guys don't give up, right? It's a good one for kids to see, minus some violence, some language, rather. But yeah, final thoughts. Thumbs up, 1 out of 10. What would you give it?
1 out of 10?
From 1 to 10.
You said 1 out of 10. I give it like an 8.5.
8.5 out of 10 is pretty solid. High five. Woo! There it is. 8.5 out of 10. I would agree with him. I think he did a good job there. Always love when he wants to get in the reviews and help him. Love you, buddy. Thank you so much for watching it with me, and I hope you guys go check it out too. Air is in theaters this weekend. It is a good, crowd-pleasing film in the theaters. Go support cinema. Go support different, riskier films, not just the superhero Mario franchises. I know everyone's going to see Mario, and it's fun. It looks fun. But this is the better film this weekend, so I hope you guys will go support Air, Courting a Legend. It's available in theaters now. I guess it'll be on Amazon later, but good on Amazon for putting in theaters. Guys, go see in theaters. Show Amazon, show Netflix. We still like the theater experience. It is part of it. Having a crowd woo and clap when you see the shoe. That's a fun moment. It's so much more fun when you get it with the crowd experience than just sitting at home and streaming and watching while you're on your phone. Go experience this one. It's a really fun time. You're going to get inspired. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for alerts, and smash the like button. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be live. In fact, I think I'm live right now. So go on over to Popcorn Planet. We'll see you guys there, and we'll be back here on Movie World with more reviews for you soon.